Modern digital iterations of the wheels on the bus, like the one produced by CoComelon, generate billions of views globally. To most parents, the song is an inescapable part of the background, a repetitive loop often tolerated rather than studied. Yet this melody originated as a folk song in the 1930s. The question is how an analog rhyme about a vintage transit vehicle maintains such a consistent hold on the modern, digitally native toddler. The answer lies in its structure. Over decades of repetition, the song has survived because it aligns so closely with early cognitive development. It functions as an exercise in sensory mapping. When a child encounters the real world, the volume of sights and sounds is chaotic. This song organizes that chaos by separating it into two distinct tracks, mechanical movement and human sociology. Dismissing the rhyme overlooks the way it helps a child organize their first observations of how objects move and how people interact. The opening verses focus on the exterior of the vehicle, introducing concrete physical concepts. The lyrics break down a large, complex machine into its primary moving parts. It introduces the wheels, the doors, the wipers, and the signals in a predictable sequence. The language relies on spatial opposites. The doors go open and shut, while the passengers bounce up and down. This vocabulary helps the listener identify how physical objects operate in a three-dimensional space. Next, the lyrics use onomatopoeia to link sounds to actions. The wipers go swish, the signals go blink, and the horn goes beep. By repeating these sounds, young brains attach auditory cues to mechanical functions. They are learning the fundamentals of cause and effect. Even the steady tempo of the music serves a purpose, mirroring the cyclical rhythm of a motor in motion. This first half of the song translates a massive machine into a series of predictable, repeatable mechanics. Once the physical rules are established, the narrative moves inside the bus. The song connects the machinery to the people inside. The passengers bounce up and down, their movement directly caused by the momentum of the bus. Then the lyrics introduce a social challenge. They describe a crying infant going wah, wah, wah. That distress is met with an immediate response from the parents, who offer comfort with shh, 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 and I love you. This sequence models emotional regulation. It presents a moment of tension and follows it with a resolution, mapping how empathy functions for the toddler. While a motor follows a predictable vroom, human emotion is more complex and requires active attention. These interior verses provide a foundational guide for recognizing distress and seeking connection within a shared public space. Tying these lessons together is the recurring line that ends every stanza, all through the town. This cadence acts as a structural reset. It keeps the child engaged, allowing the song to transition between different concepts without losing the listener's attention. The phrase links the physical movements of the vehicle and the social interactions of the passengers into one continuous journey. Within this context, the bus is more than a vehicle. It is a simplified model of society. Public transit is often the first place a child sees a diverse cross-section of people and machinery coexisting in a single space. While an adult might see a mundane commute, a toddler sees an environment where they can test their understanding of the world. The next time you hear this tune, consider the work the listener is doing. You are listening to a developing mind as it learns to navigate